27, 26, 25, 24, 23, 22, 21, 20, 19, 18, 17, 16, 15, 14, 13, 12, 11, 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
What is going on, gamers? Welcome back to the Connection Interruption podcast. It's me, Mark, or better known as Swing Live, arguably. Got another episode for you guys, another week of video games. I've been playing some new stuff. We're going to find out what the other gamers have been playing, so let's go ahead and bring them on in. Ryan and Tay, get on in here. Welcome, everybody, back. Let's just get right into it.
I'm here.
Hello,
Tay's
hello.
not back yet.
Tay, we lost Tay. All right.
Yeah, I think that's going to be a struggle for us for a little while as he gets acclimated to his new place and he's an hour behind us as well. So,
Gotcha.
I think it's a rush for him to try to get in here and join us. But so you said what are you playing? What are you jumping in on?
I think I mentioned it at the end of last week. I was talking about, we might be playing more Elden Ring, which I haven't actually played. Like, I don't know if I've played it all since last podcast because I've been playing the game Heavenly Bodies. That's a lot of fun. I've been playing that with my friend Tyler. We've been working through that. Super cool game. You're out in space. You can only really move your limbs. You move your arms like any which direction you can naturally move your arms. You can like grab things like tools, grab onto walls to pull yourself, push pull other things, and then gravity or zero gravity and all that works like that. You can also like tuck your legs. So like you can swim through space and stuff. Kind of a challenging game. It's a lot of fun, and actually the most I've laughed in a video game for a while just because you have really funny moments. But we're playing that in the game that I've been waiting on since TwitchCon, Conan Chop Chop, released on March 1st. Been waiting 3 years. That game's a lot of fun. It's an RPG. You can level up your character and stuff like that. But once you die, you lose everything besides like your character abilities because you unlock new ones. But yeah. So
Can you get it back? Like if you go back to the same area, or is it just forever
gone? Your weapons, health, your perks, gone. Gotta restart.
Interesting.
But it's a lot of fun. And so like as you level up and stuff, you get farther and farther. So that way you're working up to like the final boss. But I think I've only leveled up my character like 5 or 6 times, so not quite there yet.
Interesting.
Yeah, that's me. I've been playing some new stuff. It's been a lot of fun checking out those games.
Sounds like you're knee deep in that one for sure.
Yeah.
So I still haven't broken into playing Elden Ring. I thought I might, and then I was like, I don't know. I'm just I know I don't have time to play it, and I know if I'm going to get it, I want to dive right in, and play a ton of it. So I'm still holding out. But I did play WWE 2K22 for the first time last night.
Mm-hmm.
And I am so glad they took a year off between the last game and now.
I've never really played. I don't know if I've ever played a basketball game.
A wrestling game?
Oh, wrestling. Sorry.
Yeah, no, I know 2K. It throws me for a loop every once in a while because like when I used to work at GameStop and somebody would come in and ask for 2K and I'd be like, "You mean wrestling or basketball?" Because usually they meant basketball, but every once in a while they meant wrestling. So especially when it had just come out. I have probably played every wrestling game that's been released.
Wow.
At this point, I used to love to play the old SmackDown versus Raw games on the PlayStation. I've even played like some of the old retro stuff, and then Retro Mania we've talked about before. Like that's that old school feel that's with newer wrestlers and stuff.
Right.
I've imported games from Japan, like there were New Japan Pro Wrestling and all that stuff. Back on the 64 days when you like the cartridge was different from the US version, and I would like shave the back of the cartridge off of Japanese imports so I could play them. Instead of buying the adapter, I always just shaved them down because I was like, I don't care. I'm always just going to keep this. It's going to be mine.
Right.
And those games to import those at the time was like $150 to $200 a pop. Like it was pretty pricey at the time.
Jeez.
So I didn't want to pay the extra like 40 or $50, whatever it was for the adapter. I was just like, I'll make it work without it. But this one, I played the My GM mode last night. I played. Oh, I couldn't tell you how many hours I played. Like I started around 9, and next thing I knew, it was like 1:30. I really, really enjoy it. Graphically, it's probably one of the best that I have seen in a really, really long time.
Okay.
As far as just the overall visuals and the presentation. I'm super excited that at this point I haven't gotten annoyed by the announcers yet. It usually doesn't take long for me to be like, oh my God, they just said the same thing again.
Yeah, like that makes sense.
But I haven't gotten that yet, which I'm super excited about because that's probably my biggest frustration with wrestling games in general. And if you play a lot of them, you know you're going to get some of the same commentary, but like you can immediately hear the same thing like back-to-back matches and be like, man, that's annoying. In this case, they've done enough to make it where there's at least some variety.
That's good because I totally get what you're saying. Like you'd be like, oh, what a takedown, and then you do nothing. Like, oh, what a takedown.
Yeah. The other cool thing that I have to give them props for is the clips from the commentary being like historically accurate. And I know that sounds silly for a wrestling game, like that I care about that part of a wrestling game.
It's important.
But like when I'm having a match with, let's say John Cena against Brock Lesnar, it talks about like how many times John Cena has been a world champion. And it was a world championship match. Like I set it up to be a championship match. And prior to the match, they're like, John Cena's held the world championship 16 times. And they're explaining like why this match is historically significant.
That's
and I
neat.
Just think that's such a great thing, like to have in there. And then like, when I won the match with John Cena and he won the title for the 17th time, they said 17 times. And I wonder if like I have him lose it in the My Universe mode or whatever, and then he wins it back again, if it'll keep adding it or if that is just a one-time shot. I'm going to do it intentionally. Like I'm going to make him get beat and lose it because I want to know. And
I'm assuming that it's just the one. They're probably just recorded, like you said, like the historical accuracy of things.
Yeah.
Because that would be kind of a lot for them to like record.
Well, if they can just put in like if they can just sub it in where it's like 17th, 18th, 19th,
Yeah.
However they did it. Like if it's just one, I'm still cool with it. I thought it was really neat. There's a story mode where you get to play as Rey Mysterio. They put the greatest Easter egg of all time in this story mode. There's a match between Eddie Guerrero and Rey Mysterio. And if you lose the match, he's supposed to take the mask off of Rey Mysterio and unveil his face. Like that was like the stipulation of the match.
Mm-hmm.
If you lose it in the story mode, they do it. Like after the match is over, like they should, like he takes the mask off and Eddie Guerrero holds the mask up.
Really?
Yes.
So it sounds like they were really history and like focused on that stuff rather than it just being like a smashing kind of game.
Yeah, they did some really cool stuff. I'm interested in getting more into that mode because I think it's all narrated by Rey Mysterio. He's talking about different matches in his history and his career.
Mm-hmm.
And I think there's some matches they left out that could have been included in there. And I'm sure it's because of licensing issues with different wrestlers and whatever. But so far, it's been really, really good. And I'm really looking forward to seeing what else I can do within the game. There's all kinds of creative characters already out there. Like,
I bet I've seen some crazy ones.
I mean, the game just released, and there was 10 pages of stuff.
I always love when it's like Shrek and stuff.
Yeah, there were some cool ones. Oh, I thought we had Tay for a second there, and then he vanished on us again. But yeah, so I spent a lot of time playing that. I think it's by far the best one they've had in a while. What up, Tay?
What up, though?
Oh,
finally.
Yeah, it's all good, all good. But yeah, I think the fact that they took a year off between there he goes again. Between the two games, you can really tell that they fine-tuned some of the stuff that was just super frustrating in the previous edition. And I'm just excited. So it makes me excited about what could possibly happen with Call of Duty. Now that we know that Call of Duty, like the Activision is going to take a year off from Call of Duty. So seeing how much they improved WWE 2K compared to the previous year one, just gives me hope that the next Call of Duty, and I know it's two different companies, but that they can do something really special with it with that extra year of time. So that's the one thing I've been playing the most. Obviously, I've been digging into Fortnite still.
Fortnite.
Ton of card games.
Interesting. Like what kind?
Solitaire, Uno, poker, Magic the Gathering. I mean, if it's available to play as a digital card game, I've been playing it. No real reason behind it. Like it's like kind of chilling out, and that it just wound up being a thing.
Right.
But yeah, I don't know. I don't know why, but I was just kind of killing some time. So, Tay, what have you been playing?
Madden, more Madden, Grand Theft Auto, more Madden. I actually play a game of NHL hockey. So,
I played NHL this week too. I actually streamed NHL on the Frisch's stream the other night. I forgot to put that on there. It's really good. It's really good this year.
Yeah, so I didn't get this year. I'm still playing last year.
I thought last year's was solid, but this I played this year's and was just like blown away graphically. Like it's almost like watching a game on TV. Even last year's was like that.
Yeah. I still haven't been able to get a fight in NHL. I don't know why.
Just slam somebody into the boards and him with the right stick. And then it'll like if you do it with one of your defensemen on a winger, and you hit them into the boards, like one of their defensemen will come over to fight you, and then you just have to hit triangle twice, and that'll start the fight.
I would take that into consideration when I fire back up.
Yeah, I think that's the fight mechanic, if I remember correctly. So just Madden and some NHL and GTA, huh?
Yeah, because I'm still trying to get situated. You know, where in the world is Tay Boogie? I'm all over the place. I might be going down to South by Southwest. I'm crossing my fingers. So hopefully I run into some good gaming news while I'm down there. So I'm close. I'm only 2 hours away, so
that's not bad. So there's a state of play coming up. Not to push Tay's PlayStation button and get him started here.
Ah!
But,
yes, you are.
No, I'm not intentionally doing it. I just I was actually shocked because I was like, oh, there's actually a state of play that's going on. And it happened today. And there were all kinds of announcements. Exo Primal, like a new IP from Capcom that looks pretty cool. And they had a reveal trailer for that. That game, it's made by the same people who made Dino Crisis. And it has that survival horror feel, like zombies. Like Dino Crisis had the zombies, but this one has I don't know, it's just I don't know whether I'm gonna get into it or not, but watching the video, graphically it's really cool looking. It's set in the year 2043, and it looks like there's some sort of apocalyptic thing going on, and some of the characters that they show off in it look really cool, and there's some robot stuff going on. A couple of the things they showed look Destiny-like, as far as some of the special abilities and stuff. So Exo Primal might be one to check out. Mark, were you talking about Ghostwire Tokyo at some point?
I think we all talked about it at one point.
Yeah.
I'm just kind of meh about it. I don't know. It looks interesting, but I'm probably not going to get it.
Yeah, and that comes out at the end of this month. And they showed some more stuff on that.
There's a lot going on in this Exo Primal game.
Yeah. I mean, there's so much to try to wrap your head around.
Yeah, it's a lot to digest.
Yeah, so if you're interested in checking out what went on in the state of play, I just put it in the chat. You have the link if you're watching on Twitch or Facebook or YouTube. At this point, you can see the link from IGN. They did a good job of wrapping up the whole event. Just lots of cool stuff. My thing I'm most excited about from the announcement was the Teenage Ninja Turtles Cowabunga collection.
Yes.
Since we still don't have a release date for Shredder's Revenge, at least now we have an idea that we're going to get essentially all the Turtles games sometime this year.
Well,
from the past. So I'm sure that's all this is. But they have the TMNT Tournament Fighters, the arcade game, Back from the Sewer, Follow the Foot Clan, the Manhattan Project, Radical Rescue, and Hyperstone are all going to be in that Turtles collection. So that's pretty exciting for me.
Well, how about Returnal campaign getting a co-op update?
That's really interesting, right?
I think that's pretty exciting. It makes me want to play Returnal even more now, even though I can't.
Why not?
Maybe we'll get a PC update.
Well, I'm pretty excited about the fact that it's a free update. I thought it was going to be paid DLC, but they announced that it's going to be a free update for anybody who has that game.
Why'd you think it was going to be paid?
I just thought it would be. But if they were going to put that time into it to make, because I mean, you have to code that different, right? It's going to have to be a little bit of a change. So I thought they would just make it like maybe $19.99 if you wanted to play it co-op.
Right.
Because I could see them easily making that $20 and people buying it.
It's always that extra charge.
I mean, and that's how I always am. Like, once they've released a game and it's been out for an extended period of time, I never expect there to be a free update that adds gameplay modes. And I don't know if that's just me being a cynic and thinking that everybody wants to get another, piece of the DLC pie, or if it's just like historically that's how it's been. But I thought this one would be a paid one. I'm glad it's not. Because I'm sure it'll wind up being on sale when they release the update too. They'll
I'd be
put
pretty
it out
upset
there.
if I had the game and it was, like paid, like co-op. I don't think that's like something. I mean, personally, just me I just don't think that's something that they could charge for. But
yeah, I don't know. I every time that I feel that there's a big update coming out for something, I'm expecting it to be a paid piece. Similar to like the Mario Kart new tracks that are going to be like $25.
Yeah, you definitely pay for that because Nintendo ain't doing no freebies.
Yeah, I mean, and that's a reality with Nintendo. And I know I'll play the extra tracks, so I'm not concerned about spending the money on the extra tracks.
right.
But I'm not sure if I would do that in this case, like for Returnal. Like, would I have paid the $20? I don't know that I would have, but I bet you there would be some people that would. And I question that. I think maybe if they drop the price of the game $10 and make it on sale, like when they release this expansion for co-op, I bet you they get a ton of additional players on board.
You might have to tweet that to them.
Yeah, they're not listening. I mean, the only esports or developer or anything like that I get their attention is EA right now, and it's all FIFA related. And it's just me being me and wondering like what the next step is for them with that game, because they've announced that they're not renewing the FIFA license. So it's going to be called EA Sports, like Football Club FC going forward.
Are you serious?
Yeah,
that's trash. Yeah.
So
are they going to do the same thing with Madden?
I don't know. I mean, I would guess that not, because they need that NFL license. But like with FIFA, they don't need the license because they can get the license from the individual leagues and teams because they're paying the individual leagues and teams anyway. And one of the complaints that one of the developers had was that like FIFA, the football, international, or the Federation of International Football Association, FIFA, was like putting restrictions on things that they couldn't put in the game. Like they wouldn't let them put an indoor soccer mode where it's like 7v7 or 6v6 or whatever. They wouldn't let them put that in. And they're like, if FIFA doesn't have their name on it, they can't stop us from putting that mode in. And just some of those little things that they want to add in and that fans have been asking for a while. The Volta, like the street soccer mode, is cool, but they could do so much more if they would just have a little bit more freedom. And I think that's what it's going to come down to. And that's the interesting part for me. Whenever these licenses come up or they're renewable, or like Madden has NFL exclusivity, like through EA, just for the simulation football, right? But now, like anybody else can make a football game as long as it's not a sim game.
Yeah, and then NFL and EA Sports announced a $1.5 billion multi-year contract renewal for the Madden games for another 5 years.
That doesn't surprise me.
But I mean, like, after that 5 years is up, do they have to? Probably not. But they want that NFL license. There's no question. Because you've seen football games that get released that don't have the real teams in them,
Yeah,
and they just don't get over. Like they're not as
'cause they
excited.
don't. There's no point in playing them. I know it's
Yeah.
kind of harsh to say, but
And we're still waiting on the NCAA game.
Yeah.
right.
Like we've heard nothing. I mean, it's been like pretty much a ghost town. Like when it comes to information about that, there's a lot of opportunity for them to really jump back into the college football mix. It would be smart for them during March Madness this year to announce that they're going to release a college basketball game again. Like they don't want to compete with NBA 2K and put out another NBA game, but if they put a college basketball game out, it would sell.
It did at one point, right?
Oh yeah, it was
There was a big
bonkers.
lawsuit with it.
Yeah,
because
they couldn't get the player likenesses.
Yeah, because my history teacher was in the game and he got like a class action lawsuit thing in the mail for it.
Yeah.
So,
Yeah, and the thing is now players can make money off their license, like off their likeness.
Right.
So the expected release date is summer 2023 for the NCAA college football.
Yeah, but I mean, the fact that we don't have a release date, at least like a window yet, other than summer, like if they're not saying, "Hey, we're going to release this in July," like we did back in the day, or like, are we really that close to it?
Well, they better do it in June because you do July, August, you're going to lose the man.
Yeah. Well, I mean, the thing is if they do it right, your college draft class will be able to be imported into Madden like you could do in the past. Like that was one of my favorite things to do: play a full season in college, and then import my draft class from the college game into Madden, then play a season of Madden, then go back and play a season of college. Like I would go back and forth when I played a lot of the football games.
Dang.
And that was always fun for me. So basically my draft class would get into my Madden game. But I don't know. I think that there's a lot of opportunity for them to do some really cool stuff, and I hope they don't miss out. What else is going on? There's a whole bunch of other stuff. Mark, you said you hadn't played Elden Ring much, but one other thing,
there wasn't a whole lot going on this week. I thought the opposite thing because I feel like everything is still like Elden Ring. Like 75% of everything about video games right now feels like Elden Ring.
Right, and that's why I feel like nothing else is going on. Like I feel like there's times when it's like, all right, this is all we've got. But like one of the reasons I said I didn't want to play Elden Ring was because I had heard you couldn't pause it.
There's like a mod now, I think.
Yeah, it looks like that's not necessarily true.
Well, I mean,
there's a way to do it without a mod, even.
Well, you can just exit to the main menu. Like, no shame in work.
Yeah, and I didn't know. Like, it's also the same thing that I struggle with Destiny. Like, it's hard for me to play when the kids are busy or they're like in the way or or in the middle of stuff, and I don't want to miss out on what's going on in game, and I can't pause it.
Yeah, I mean, I haven't really been playing that much just because I've been playing, other things. I definitely want to play it. I was hoping to play it tonight, but my buddy unfortunately says he needs to go to bed early, so ain't nothing there. As I probably need to too, honestly. But I mean, yeah, it's still just. I think the reviews kind of speak for itself in a way that the game really is that big because here we are, like, I don't know, what is it, a week, 2 weeks later, and still like the only thing being talked about. So,
Yeah, I mean, to be fair, like even if you played it every day for the last 2 weeks, you wouldn't have beat it at this point. It's like more than likely, unless you're playing for more than 8 hours a day or whatever. Like it's
I know some people are crazy far.
Yeah, and I've seen some people on Twitch that have played it quite a bit, and I feel like they're pretty far in, but it just seems like it's a lot Like a
What-
It's
10
definitely
hours.
worth the money.
Yeah, time wise, like
Yeah.
it's not really my style of game. I don't think so. I'm just gonna kind of hold out until it goes on sale, and then maybe I'll drop some coin to it. I've tried to really get into games like that. I really, really tried hard to enjoy Elder Scrolls Online. You know, like if it's a game that has an inventory system, I tend to struggle because I just want to keep everything. So I don't know. It'd be interesting to see. If the price drops, then I pick it up if I really wind up liking it or not.
Guys, I got a big grin over here.
Oh yeah,
So, 2023 might be my year of happiness. I might have a PS5 by then. EA
Oh,
is
you're already counting out this year, huh?
yeah. Okay, I'm counting this year out. EA Sports is still in development for Fight Night 5. So they said 2023, early 2023. And hopefully by then, Rockstar drop Grand Theft Auto. It
okay.
might be a good year.
You're not getting Grand Theft Auto.
Yeah, not
You're
next
such a
year.
hater.
You're
Even if
not
they
getting-
announced it, even if they announced it for next year, like, hey, it's coming out next year, that would get delayed so quick.
I just don't. I don't see that you're getting that in the next year. I could see Fight Night, but here's my question with Fight Night: who is like a standout star in boxing right now that you're like, man, I got to see that fight?
Well, but besides the Gypsy King, Tyson Fury, Deontay Wilder, Tank.
But why are you connected to Deontay Wilder though?
Well, when I first seen him box was in Cincinnati.
That okay? So he's a local connection because that name rings a bell for me, right?
Yeah.
Like, but I don't think nationally he's a draw.
No, but you got Canelo and guys like that. So I think if they did drop it, it would do numbers. Just
It needs to
Hispanic
have
community
Tyson,
alone.
Holyfield.
Well, they were saying that
Foreman.
the classic they were going to bring back the classics, but I don't think
I need
Mayweather
all of
there.
those guys in there. I need Holyfield with his ear, Holyfield without his ear.
Not without the without the ear, man.
I need all of that. And like honestly, and this is something that comes from the WWE game last night, something I didn't mention. They've put jobbers in the My GM mode that you can actually hire for really cheap amounts of money to bring them in to let your superstars just beat the crap out of them.
Wow.
I would love to have a game with like realistic looking, and this will never happen, but it's just my dream world, okay? Realistic looking fighters from the Punch Out series.
That'll be dope.
Like, get me a King Hippo in an EA Sports boxing
Bull,
game.
yeah, Bull.
Give me Bald Bull
yeah.
and get me, like, let me do some creative boxer stuff that allows me to get those guys in that game.
Glass Joe, yeah.
Yeah, and then I would probably be more excited about it. Hit me with that Super NES Gabby J. Yay!
Even Ready to Rumble, Afro Thunder, Nano.
I love that. That's probably of all the boxing games I've played, that's probably my favorite one.
Well, they said that was in development too for PlayStation.
I feel like I've been hearing that forever.
Yeah, the movie and the game. So
Yeah,
I don't know.
I feel
what's
like I've
coming
been
out
hearing
first.
that forever. So I guess we'll see. But yeah, I mean, I think you'll get a fight night before you get GTA.
I'm hoping because I haven't had a good boxing game in a minute. I'm praying for a boxing game.
I still think that Champions was better than 4.
It was.
Yeah,
the 90 champions. Yeah,
yeah,
it was.
but
I don't play any of it.
I can't believe you don't play boxing games. I don't know. Like, it just surprises me that you don't play boxing games.
You know, he over there getting all buffed up and stuff. He should have played a boxing game.
Yeah,
I might get the
that's-
VR one, which I think I missed out on that Humble Bundle.
Oh yeah, I think it's over. The VR.
Or there's like 1 day left.
Let's see. But yeah, there's that bundle was pretty crazy.
Oh look, 1 day, 17 hours.
No way, it's still out there.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, you probably go jump on that.
I probably should, but I just haven't played on my PC yet. And also, my VR playing has slowed down a little bit. But that's, But I mean, let's see. I don't have any boxing game on there.
What on VR? They got Creed.
Well, not in the bundle.
Yeah, it's
Oh,
not in the bundle.
What's
But-
that other VR boxing game like Rumble or something?
Yeah, I don't know. But yeah, that Discovery bundle's different. It doesn't have the boxing, but I know the boxing was on sale last week when we were looking.
Right.
It's still on sale actually. This is interesting because there's 2 different Creed boxing games.
Yes.
There's the one called Big Rumble Creed Champions Boxing, which looks like Ready to Rumble. Looks like a more like arcadey boxer, and then there's the regular Creed one for VR that looks really good too.
Yeah, I played that one. That
Rise
was pretty
to
dope.
Glory.
Yeah, that one was dope. Hey, even what's his name? Manny Pacquiao has a boxing game out. It's pretty dope.
It's really interesting. That Creed Rocky Legends, like Creed Rise to Glory Rocky Legends is the part that I'm really would be interested in to see what that Rocky Legends update is like.
I don't know.
It
It
has
sounds
Draga.
exhausting.
I mean, I'm sure it would tire me out after a while, but and if there's an opportunity to play a different boxing game, I probably would jump on it.
Yeah, I'm good for 3 rounds. That's it.
Yeah. Yeah, that's probably where I'm at right now. I may not even be good for 3 rounds. I might get through 2 and be like, all right, just knock me out, please. Like, let's just call it a day.
So
Yeah.
okay, hold on. So update on the boxing. They said that they won't start development again until after UFC 5.
It's the same team that's making it. I don't understand why. I mean, why are they even doing it? If it's being developed by the exact same people that are developing UFC, they're literally releasing a game to compete with their own game.
Well, that's all. They're probably putting it in the weight.
That's just a weird way to do it in my mind.
But the graphics from those the new Fight Night looks excellent.
I mean, they should at this point. It looked good when the graphics weren't able to look good. Like, that's always my thing. Like, right now, if a game's graphics don't look good, you just didn't take the time to make them look good. Because the systems are able to do it. And that's why WWE, like, the new one, you can tell they put the time into the player models and stuff. And Elden Ring looks amazing.
And it's
For
a
the amount
Souls
of
game.
content it has. It's a huge game. So being able to look the way it does, given how much you can actually do and go and travel, and like, it's in pretty good shape.
Yeah. I mean, trust me, it does have like this atmosphere because it looks pretty good. But every now and then, that's like a cutscene. I'm like, ugh, this is kind of gross. But like, that's just me.
I could see that. I just think that for the amount of hours that you can play that game, for it to look as good as it does, they didn't skimp a whole lot on it. if you know what I'm saying.
Yeah. I
I
mean,
mean, they could have
like you
just put
said, though, the
little to
systems
no
are there.
cutscenes in there. Like,
Yeah, that's also true. Hmm. Well, like we were saying, there wasn't much news. I liked what you put down at the bottom of the document. I feel like these would be interesting topics.
my problems.
If you want to call them that,
Oh,
I wouldn't
shoot.
call them problems personally.
I have problems. Like,
Yeah, he has problems.
I legitimately went somewhere last night to look for a different color controller.
Yeah, you have enough controllers.
I don't need any more, but I still want to look.
But that's the thing, though. Like, I know you
can
got
get
a
a new
lot
one
of
if you want.
controllers. What about attachments for the controllers?
Yeah, I got those too.
Oh well, yeah, you got a problem.
Like the little thumbsticks, and then
Like
like the thumbsticks, or I have like the detachable. I bought additional detachable ones for my Wolverine controller, so they can like the sticks can be higher or lower. Like,
yeah, like a control freak.
yeah. So I mean,
What I used in the past.
right, and I have those too, but like I'm always trying to find what feels better for me with the sticks and whatever.
Mm-hmm.
So I kind of go back and forth with all those, but like there's one thing that I realized that I'm not really like I won't spend the money on. They sell, and I didn't know this until last night. They sell matching charge stations for the special edition controllers
What?
on Xbox.
Is it Xbox brand or is it like a third party?
It's a third party that is licensed through Microsoft, and they match the controllers. So like the Forza Horizon 5 controller, there's a matching base that matches the colors. Like if you sit the controller on it, it like fades into the base.
See,
And the base is like $50.
I have my favorite one is the Titanfall 2 controller.
I love that controller.
So cool. It always reminded me of the
Yeah.
Asimov from CS:GO. I'm a nerd.
And I have the original Titanfall controller as well. There was a time when so the PlayStation headset was one of my favorite headsets at the time to use before I really got too deep into the headset game. And when I found out that it could work on the Xbox if you just plugged it in to the controller, I was super excited. And there's like a picture of me on Facebook holding the Titanfall controller and having my Destiny Sony PlayStation headphones plugged into that controller.
See, I got the Destiny PlayStation, the all white one.
Yeah,
and the matching charger port.
Very
Because
nice.
I want everything on coating white. But other than that, yeah, I just buy attachments. I'm not.
well, and that's part of my problem too. So I literally am like, okay, I know I can't spend X number of dollars, or I can only spend X number of dollars. But then like something will come out that you didn't expect to be good.
Mm-hmm.
And then you're like, I got to get that.
That's my problem.
So like,
Listen, I have a problem too, but I think mine is like spread across like a bunch of like hobbies instead of just one. Does that make sense?
I mean, I have that problem too. I was just
system.
to the one. What the heck was that?
I don't even want to know. Like this hoodie, right? New 100 Thieves hoodie.
Yeah.
I mean, like I don't know, it was like $78. I didn't need it, but it's a
Well,
pretty clean hoodie.
It's just like if I can ever find a Cloud9 thing that would fit me.
Yeah.
Like they have an exclusivity thing with Puma, and Puma only makes certain sizes. So if I ever could get one, I would get one. But like I have some soccer stuff. Like I have scarves up in the back. Like you can see the big sign behind me for FCC. I have on the other side of the room over here. There's like scarves all along the wall, like soccer scarves. And then behind where my monitor is, there's another 3 rows of those scarves. So I have other things other than games that I'm into too, but like I try to pick and choose. Like I know going into each year, like I'll buy Madden, I'll buy FIFA, I'll buy NBA when it goes on sale because I'll never pay full price for that.
Cheapo.
I don't play it enough.
Yeah.
Like, and NHL's kind of been the same way for me. Like, I love NHL. I never pay full price for NHL because I don't play it until hockey season's in like full swing, like now, like right before the playoffs start.
Yeah.
So I'm not going to pay $60 for it. I'll wait till it's $20 and then I'll pick it up. But
yeah, I had that problem on Pro Day at GameStop. I go on there and sweep house.
Like anything, like, so that's the other piece, like collectibles. When they have that stupid deal where it's like anything that you can fit in the bag is 25% off, I'm squeezing everything. I'm playing Tetris in that bag, yo. Like, and I've been good about not going in on Pro Day. Like, I've made a point to not go in. Like, I'll see, like, oh, it's Pro Day, and I'm like, it is not. It is not. Like,
oh shoot.
Because I mean, you can see I've got like lights and amiibo and all kinds of stuff behind me, right? Like, and that's not even all of it. There's shelves over to this side that are just covered in lights and collectibles and whatever. And I've got to like start narrowing some of that stuff down and stop picking it up. Like, there's just other things going on. But
I trade it for new stuff.
Yeah, I mean, and I've thought about like I have some of the Destiny like limited edition action figures and stuff that are still in box. And I thought about just putting them out on the like Facebook Marketplace and be like, "Hey, who wants it?" But like, they are always releasing something else that's like getting my attention. They have a stupid Pikachu Pokemon light right now at GameStop that's like $40.
Yeah, Pikachu.
And I'm just like, I don't need that, but I want it. I want the blue PS5 controller. I want the pink PS5 controller. I want like
not to hurt, that spending that we're just talking about. But what size are you?
A 3X.
Oh damn.
Yeah, I wear a 3X and like hoodies and stuff, and it's hard to find. Like that Cloud9 stuff is hard to find.
Yeah.
So we can actually order it from my work directly from Puma. Like I can order it, but
I want one of these Smurfing hats.
Yeah, they have some of that stuff. It's like I could go and I can order it, but a lot of it they don't have available. They're releasing a Puma shoe that's Minecraft.
I've seen that. And
I already reached out to the Puma sales guy and was like, "Hey, I need those in an 11 like now." Like, I don't even know that I would wear them. I don't even know that I'd wear them. They might wind up on one, like the shelf.
Yeah, they're going. But the thing is, if you do get them, at least put your feet in them for an hour or two so the glue doesn't separate.
Yeah. But
that's
like,
thing.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, shoot fall apart.
Yeah, you can do it with like Jordans too.
What? That's so weird. Because you just need weight to push the glue together?
Yeah, it kind of like finalizes the last stage of the gluing in the shoe. So the heat from your foot like kind of like cements in there.
Yeah.
Either that or you could take a heat gun.
I always just tell people like if they're going to buy a shoe that they're not going to wear for a while, just wear it the first day and then put it in the box, then you're good.
Yep.
Yeah, I have a pair of Nike slip-ons that I only wear on occasion, but I made sure to do that like the first day I had it. I wore them like the whole time because I don't like to tie my shoes. I'm lazy. Like I straight up would rather have slip-ons if I can.
Yeah, no, I'm the same way. I'll lace up and put them in.
Yeah, so
they're pretty cool, but they're a little extra for me.
What, the Minecraft ones?
Yeah, I don't even understand.
Oh yeah, for sure. I'm not
the
saying
men's
that,
is
like,
sold out.
Yeah, they were gone within minutes. But like when they announced them, I was like, oh yeah, I was like, oh, that would be cool. They only made
Rick and Morty ones.
Yeah, they do.
What?
Yeah, they have some cool licenses actually.
What did you?
But like, my bigger issue is like, I struggle when I see a game that I know I want and it's coming out, and I'm like, if I know I don't have time to play it, I should never buy it at release. Like, I have to get in the habit, and like, it's kind of a thing that I'd love our community to chime in on. Like, if you know a game's coming out on Friday, but you know you're not playing it for at least the first month that it's out,
Wait.
like why buy it at launch?
Yeah.
Unless there's a sick pre-order bonus,
So
right? Like,
So
that's the thing for me.
I put a link in the
I'm already
document.
looking at it. The
It-
onesie.
Is
Is
that
it the onesie?
should I not buy that?
You
saying
you should not buy that for $95, but if you do it and wear it on the show, I'll be all about it. And the other question I have,
mean,
does it
part of
have a
me-
butt? Does it have a butt flap?
No, there's definitely no butt flap.
There's no butt flap. Here, I'll put it in the chat so everybody.
I
can
mean
take a
that.
look
I
at
mean
this thing.
that's. It's not. I don't know if there's enough to it that says Rick and Morty for me to buy that.
I
Hey,
mean,
I'll get to the Rick and Morty stuff too.
yeah, that's super cool looking. Actually, though, it doesn't even have to say Rick and Morty. I know the green slime is a Rick and Morty thing.
Hmm.
And I don't watch it that much. So if I know that, then I would guess people that watch it would know for sure. There is no butt flap though. There's a big old disappointment for me in that one.
Drop it to the flow. Drop it to the flow. That's the
Yeah.
portal. The portal.
Okay, good luck.
The
I can move it. Maybe
the,
you don't mind. That's fine.
The Wonder Woman shoes are pretty cool from Puma too.
Wonder Woman.
Yeah. There's some Justice League Puma gear. They
They're
have
simple.
the
I
end
like
of the
that.
night Puma and Batman. Like,
I'm not gonna lie, the leggings are pretty badass.
yeah. There's some really cool stuff. I mean, they do some really cool stuff, but most of it doesn't fit me, so it is what it is. But I think the more you're going to see more of these like crossovers between like esports and like Nike, Puma, Adidas. Like, I think we're going to start seeing some more of those brands jump in.
Mm-hmm.
I was super excited at work the other day. We got a catalog in, and it had an entire esports section in the catalog, like of esports jerseys and gear and sweatshirts and
What company?
Founders Group is the name of the company. But they have an entire selection of. I think their website is foundersport.com. But I mean, you have to find a vendor, obviously, that can get it because they're a vendor only. But they have esports in their catalog. So it was kind of surprising to me that was a thing for them. But I'm here for it. Like, I think it's a cool opportunity, and they had some really neat stuff in there. And it's towards the back of their catalog. I can actually send the link to the catalog. But they have it on their website. But they've got some really cool stuff that they put out there, and they do some custom, like wrestling and cheer singlets and all that kind of stuff. They have hockey jerseys, all kinds of different stuff. But they had an esports thing in the physical catalog. I don't see it in the digital one. I wonder if I can just search on their site if they have it on there. But there's a lot of really cool stuff out there as these brands continue to like explore where they can find themselves in the space. Like, I mean, this sweatshirt is from Walmart. It's just a PlayStation tie-dye hoodie. Like,
Yeah.
I saw it from the distance and was like, oh, please have that in a Fat Boy size.
On your TJ Maxx and Marshalls. We'll find some gems in there.
Yeah, well, that's where I got I got all of my Mario, like the Mario t-shirts I wear on stream a lot. I got those at Burlington Coat Factory. Or now it's just called Burlington, I guess. But there's a lot of different companies that are jumping in on the clothing gear. One of the things that I saw this week, and it's going to have to be a purchase of mine, is the San Diego Loyal from the USL soccer team has Rocket League on the front of their jerseys, like as the main sponsor.
That's why.
So that's going to have to happen. And my college coach used to be an assistant for the Loyal. So just really cool. And they have them in fat boy size for me. So I'm super excited about that too.
You in this fat boy size.
Well, it's like all these companies make these athletic fit shirts. And I'm like, not everybody can squeeze into that. And I'm not a huge guy. But my upper body is big, right? But trying to squeeze into some of these sweatshirts and stuff, I ordered a 4X zip up hoodie, and everybody at work was laughing this is going to be way too big for you. And then I put it on, they're like, oh, never mind. But I just knew the way that the style is, the way that they're cut, if they're an athletic cut, it just sits different on and it doesn't fit. So if I can find a company that has some of that stuff that I want, Destination XL. Tay, I was actually on the phone with you one night when I was going into there. I don't know if you remember that or not. I was like, I got to go in there and try to find this zip up.
I was like, no, get out the store.
They have what are the graphic tees in oversizes, in 3XLT, a tall.
Yeah, so when you lift your arms and I'll show your belly.
Yeah,
it's a 3X. Yeah, I have those problems.
And I'm not that tall. I'm only 6'2", but I mean my 16-year-old's 6'5". So anything if we get him anything at this point, it's we got to find it in the tall, because a regular extra large won't fit on him as well because of how tall he is. So it's if we can get an extra large tall, that's fine. Otherwise, he's going to have to start wearing 2Xs because, just to get the extra 3 inches of length.
Yeah, then
because of how freaking tall he is. Yeah, and then he does look real baggy, and then the heavy, the bigger stuff. But I mean, I'm just excited to see companies getting involved in that esports and gaming, graphic tees and jerseys, and putting some of that extra stuff out there.
Yeah. I mean, at the same time, I start to wonder when it's too much.
Maybe. Yeah, I mean, I haven't really hit that point yet. I mean, the Minecraft shoes might be close to that in my mind, but I still think they're cool looking.
I mean, they're pretty cool looking. Yeah, I agree. But it's I don't want gaming to become too mainstream.
Yeah.
I want it just under mainstream.
Just enough. Yeah. Just enough that we get some attention to it, but not I mean, everybody's playing. Everybody's playing.
Everybody's a gamer nowadays.
Yeah, my wife's I'm not a gamer, and I look over.
Not yet.
And she's on her phone playing some puzzle game, right?
Yeah. The mobile gamer.
Yeah.
It's it's like Ready Player One, where it's oh yeah, those are the mobile gamers or whatever. The farming simulator people and stuff.
Yeah.
Hilarious.
Yeah. I actually saw a thing the other day. It was I spent all day at work doing this, and then they went home and played a simulator for what they work, where they worked.
Yeah.
It was a meme, and I was yeah, that's pretty much right.
I saw the new Batman. Really good. Everybody should watch it.
Yeah, I got to find the 3 hours. I really wanted to see it last weekend.
It's worth it. Those 3 hours pass by so quick.
Yeah. The other issue I had was they don't have a late night showing in most theaters. The latest that I could see it was 7 or 7:30. And I was man, if I could go see it at 8 or 9, and then I could swing that probably.
You better go on a Sunday and catch the 12 o'clock show.
Yeah, exactly. That's going to have to happen. That's probably how it's going to have to go down.
But I know one thing out of my spending budget for this year that I don't have much of a budget, but I'm getting the Iron Man gaming chair that comes with the electronic helmet that actually
Yep.
works.
Sick.
Yeah, well, that was part of the questions of my addiction issue. Like, do you guys budget it? Like,
No.
do you budget how much you're going to spend
No.
on your games, or do you
No, I
just?
just max out as many credit cards as I can.
Yeah, I mean, I did that too back in the day, but that's not a thing now.
I mean, yeah, but I mean, it's you can try to budget it, but it's like, how much do you budget, right? Because like, it's so unforeseen.
Well, and like WWE, the only thing that was playable early, like on the days that I could play, so like last night, tonight, and tomorrow, was the deluxe edition or the collector's edition. Standard's not out till Friday.
Yeah.
Oh, so it just came out.
Yeah. Oh yeah. 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 Like the standard edition isn't out until Friday. So, I mean, I literally jumped in on that last night for on release for the first time. That's the first time I've played a game on a release day in a while. Like, it's like I got to play that. And some of the reviews are mixed, but I really have enjoyed it so far. Interesting. Just a quick note. Did you guys see that Advanced Wars is being delayed by Nintendo?
Wait, what is?
Advanced Wars? It was a game that was out on like GBA back in the day, and they're re-releasing it on Switch, but they delayed it because of the situation in Russia and Ukraine.
Interesting.
I
Like,
know.
Recent world events.
yeah.
And they've been cutting they cut the servers and stuff on some of the games and game systems
Well,
from
You
Russia.
can't even get Netflix in Russia right now.
Nope. And I heard also, and I actually thought of you today, Tay, because I was watching CNN and they said that Sony's no longer selling PlayStation 5s in Russia. And I was like, awesome, they can ship them back and Tay might be able to get one.
Yes.
They weren't selling any there anyway.
Hey,
I haven't
hey,
sold
but-
one there in
hey.
months.
Probably not.
Hey, but it's like you got to change the plug because their electricity is different.
I'm sure that can be done quickly. I'm sure they can switch that out. But yeah, there's also a review if you're interested in checking out the Steam Deck. I'll put that in the chat. People can go. I mean, there's no reason to hash it out and kind of go over it until we actually have our hands on one,
Right.
which hasn't happened yet. And I still don't have a date as to when mine is going to be
Me neither.
available. So it just says sometime after Q2. But
So,
one of the
could be a month.
reports in that said something to the effect of like Deathloop drained the battery from full to 20% in an hour and 10 minutes.
That's not a lot of battery life.
No, not at all. Not at all.
Your phone lasts longer than that.
Well, yeah. My phone will last longer than a Switch too.
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, the new Switch lasts pretty long. I think they do a good job. I don't know. I think it'll be interesting to see how long, depending on which game you're playing, because I think that has a lot to do with it, right? How long are you going to play what game, and then your brightness on your screen are all going to have
Yeah.
some sort of effect on it.
I just think that battery life is a big thing, but if you're going to be playing big games, like Deathloop's not a small game. You know what I mean?
Right.
Like if you're gonna be playing a game like that, you should expect to die quickly. But if you're playing like a smaller game like Code and Chop Chop, then
Well, like if I play Hades, how long is it going to last? It's like a 16-bit, like
right.
in theory that should last much longer, right? Because graphically it shouldn't take as much. Like Celeste shouldn't be bad. Any older game that's not really graphics intensive, I would think could handle itself. Like I think it would be in good shape. But I mean, I couldn't imagine playing Deathloop any extended period of time, or like Death Stranding, or what, like Dark Souls. Like play Dark Souls 3 on there. I wonder how long it would
Like a
hold
lot
up.
of those games, like you can just play with it plugged in, and like
Yeah.
that's fine with me. Like as far as for me, it's like the only part of the time it's gonna suck is in a car, and hopefully they come out with like a cigarette lighter charger, or
Yeah.
there's plenty of adapters out there. You'll make it work, or on the flip side of things, sorry, flights, but get there early, plug it in before your flight, get an
Yeah.
hour, then you pull out your Switch when it dies.
Well, I'm also interested to see if you can download emulators and play, and how long it would hold like playing. Because in the review that they have on PC Gamer that I posted in the chat, like they have a thing that shows that it's basically running Linux.
That
So I
doesn't
mean,
surprise me.
to me that would be really interesting if I can play like my SNES games,
Right.
or something like that.
Hmm.
So, I mean, it got a review of an 85, which is not terrible. Like out of 100, I think that's okay.
Yes, I don't
Um,
expect it to be like this amazing piece of technology that nobody understands. I know. I feel like I know what it is. I feel like I know what I'm getting into, and like my expectations aren't necessarily low, but they're not necessarily like all the way up
Right.
either. You know what I mean? It's like I feel like what I'm getting is exactly what I think I'm getting, and I'm just okay with that.
Yeah, I mean, I think the interesting part for me is that if you buy the cheapest model of the Steam Deck, it's only $50 more than the OLED Switch. Now, mind you, most people don't want the cheapest model Steam Deck because there's not a lot of memory on it. But it's only $50 more than the OLED Switch, which means you've got a ton of games on your Steam library at your fingertips. So, I mean, I think it's this CPU is like 2 to 3 times faster than the Switch. It looks like it's going to run much faster. The processing speed's fast. Like just natively, it runs at 1280 by 800. So, and the Switch is 1280 by 720.
Mm-hmm.
So the resolution's a little bit better. I'll be interested to see how the microphones and stuff work on it because it has dual built-in mics, and how bad the audio is. Like if we're playing together and we're chatting, like
Right.
how bad it is. Because I'm sure there's a fan in that bad boy too, right?
Keep it cool.
So
Yeah, it's like how loud is it?
How loud's that fan if I'm talking through the mic? Like, are you hearing that hum the whole time, or where's that fall? So it'll be interesting to see when we finally can get our hands on it and play it and kind of talk about it. But
well, I'll let y'all do that because I'm not ordering.
No, you got to save your money for your PlayStation.
Yes.
It's true.
You got to get that PlayStation this year.
Right. And this is crazy. I'm probably gonna buy it at a time when I'm busy and barely even play it. That's gonna be the sad part.
Yeah. That does. Yeah, that's usually how it works, though, right?
Mine's hooked up to the big screen, one of the big screens behind me, so I don't play it as much as I would if it were sitting here at the desk and I was streaming with it.
Right.
I think because I'm streaming more right now, I don't play it as much as I should.
Yeah,
Yeah. All right, gents. Do we have anything else to share with anybody before we bounce out of here? We're over the hour mark again.
As usual.
Yeah, I mean, it never fails. Hey, keep it to an hour. Okay.
Yes, the boss.
Yeah.
No, but I think this year is going to be a great year for us and for the gaming industry.
I hope
Looking
so.
forward to a lot of new things coming our way. So
I've been enjoying
uh,
like the little games that I have right now. Slowly getting back into things.
Super
And
Auto Pets, update us. Get back into it.
I have been a little bit. So that's on iOS now. You can download the app on Apple,
I did
and
not need to hear that.
it's free and
hold on. So hold on. Let me go to my app
Android and
store.
iOS.
Yeah.
Super Auto Pets. It's pretty fun. You can invite friends. So like, I forget where we were. But all my friends and I started up like a Super Auto Pets game, like when we're hanging out and played each other.
I started playing Disney Emoji Blitz again the other day. A little puzzle game. I'm like, I should not do that. But it always suckers me back in. I delete it and then I re-download it and I delete it and re-download it.
Hmm.
But
But
yeah, I'll look at Super Auto Pets on the phone and try to decide what I want to do. I may not play that, but I might play that a lot.
it's a really good mobile game, to be honest, because it's like, it's a thinking thing and it's like a game and it's not like doesn't really kill your battery. I don't know. I'm all over the mobile app,
Yeah,
but it's a lot of fun. I get a little too
yeah,
competitive.
that would be a good one to play. I think I just really need to limit how much I'm on my phone,
Yeah, no,
given
I
that
feel
I'm on
that.
it all the time. So, anybody else have anything? Those of you that are watching online on Team Frisch's website or on the Twitch page or YouTube or Facebook, wherever you can find our podcast, we also have video on demand capabilities when the show is over. So if you missed a lot of the show tonight, because the guy who tweets it out on the internet forgot to put the link, it's in my profile. Like, yeah, it's
I responded to the one guy.
no, I appreciate it. No, I appreciate that. I saw that, but it's in my profile, so I'm always like, it's there if you want to see it. But usually I include it on there, but I didn't tonight for whatever reason. I'm gonna go with I'm just an idiot and forgot because that's how it went down. But
you're just busy, so we're not gonna
yeah,
go with that.
it's been a wild few weeks. It's eventually got to settle back down, right? Like, this weekend I'm out of town again. We're going to Phoenix for a soccer tournament.
You flying?
Yeah, flying out. So leave on Friday, back on Tuesday. Quick trip. We're trying to decide whether we're taking the Xbox with us or not. So I can just kind of chill at the hotel and not worry about having to go out and do anything.
Mm-hmm.
But I also was like trying to peep out if there's any esports lounges in Mesa, Arizona, or Phoenix, like near where we're going to be. And there's a place called Pure Esports Mesa. And I really kind of want to check that out. It's got 5-star reviews all over. They close early during the week, but it looks like they're open late on weekends. So we may check it out while we're out there. It's a PC esports LAN center. It's inside a mall, though.
That's
so I
super
wonder, I wonder how limited we are, like time wise, with it being inside of a mall. But they have 2 different locations, and this is their second one is in Mesa by where we'll be. So we'll probably check that place out while we're there.
Man, you just gave me an idea.
What's that? Trying to find a place down there. They're all over down there.
Yeah, they all over down here.
They're all over down there.
To actually broadcast from one of the spots.
Yeah. They're all
fun.
Yeah, they're all down there. This place, it's like an hour for $7, 3 hours for 18, 5 hours for 25, or an all day for 27. Depending on how close it is to the hotel would depend on whether it's worth the time or not. But I mean, they've got a ton of games on their list. It could be worth checking out. I'll probably head over that way at some point and give it a look. But Thanks for watching, everybody. If you're not following us on social media, you can track us down. I'm at Touched Artist on Twitter. Tay is at DJ Tay Boogie, and Mark is at It's Swing Live on Twitter. Swing Live on everything else.
Yeah.
Be sure to track him down on. He's streaming quite a bit on Twitch.
I'm trying to.
Getting
to
back
more.
into it a little bit. Yeah.
It's gonna be hard though once this weather's warm. Be outside.
We've been outside, man. We've been outside.
Mhm.
I mean, this past weekend I went to the Arnold and I went skeet shooting.
Oh, did you see that girl at the Arnold lift the stones?
No, I didn't see that. I saw the slap fighting.
130-pound lady lifted 720-pound stones.
Jeez. I can't confirm Logan Paul's a real person. I saw him with my own eyes.
Oh, yeah?
He was there. He was commentating the slap fighting.
Oh, that's funny. That is really funny.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then I went skeet shooting. So I had a really good weekend.
Cool.
What was
that?
that?
Was like fun.
It was in
Arnold,
Columbus.
In Columbus.
Arnold Classic, Columbus.
Yeah, they used to have WWE shows during the Arnold Classic. That was always fun.
I'm going again next year. So
always fun.
I went last minute. So next year I'm going to take my camera. I'm going to make a whole thing out of it.
Oh, cool. All right, everybody. Well, thanks for watching. Be sure to give us a follow on social, and we will catch you here at twitch.tv/teamfrishes next week. Same bat time, same bat channels.
Yep. Peace.